loves, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. My name is Day, and if you like these types of videos, go ahead and subscribe and join the lovely family. And for those of you who have been here, thank you guys so much for coming back to see me once again. So in today's video, this is for my lock newbies, and for those who are, you're thinking about starting your hair over, I am going to be talking to you guys about how to choose a lock style that is best for you. Before we get started, I do want to update you guys on a product because I always say I'm going to update you guys and then I always forget. A couple months ago, I did a review on Skin of a Goddess. This company provides skincare and also wraps. For those of you who are always asking me where I get my wraps from, I'm gonna link their information in the description box. But I'm focusing on their skincare products. They sent me their mango and papaya body wash, which is literally like almost gone. I put it up because honestly, I'm the type of person that I'm heavy-handed. I will use and use and use it, and it was about to be out. So yeah, I have been using this, and it smells so nice. That's why, because it smells so good. And then they also had sent me the oil, the body oil. And I love this oil because it's super thick, and it's just like, it rejuvenates the skin. This is very nourishing, and it's used for fading stretch marks and things like that. So moms or just anybody who has intense stretch marks in general, it's gonna be really nice for you. But what I love the most about it is the scent. You guys know I'm obsessed with scent. The body wash, it smells honestly like nothing I've ever smelled before, and it works really well with the fragrances that I use and put on after my shower routine. So yeah, definitely go ahead and check them out if you have not already. I will link the full video that I have in the description box as well, like the full review, and I also put a reel up on Instagram. But yeah, check them out. Let's go ahead and get into our lock talk. So how to choose which lock style is the best for you. I struggled with this because the type of locks that I have, which I would consider my locks to be traditional locks, the type of locks that I have are not actually my favorite type of locks. These locks, the traditional locks, I chose this because it was the most convenient for me for my day-to-day. It went well with my overall aesthetic, which like my overall look, this matches my look the best. And I just felt like they would be best for the lifestyle that I'm living right now. Now, my favorite type of locks to have or to look at in general are actually freeform locks. And second up is Wicks. Like, that is just my aesthetic. I always envision myself like being on an island somewhere, having like, a very slow life, waking up with my locks, low maintenance. I just let them do what they want to do. They just grow out, and that's it. Unfortunately, I just don't feel like it matches my vibe right now. I think at some point, eventually it will. Now, how do you know what lock style is best for you? It just depends on how you like to look from day to day. I really wouldn't go based on like how you like to look every now and then when you go out on events and stuff like that, but just how you want to look when you wake up in the morning every single day. If you are the type of person that likes to style their hair a lot, you like to just have different options, you like to wear your hair different types of waves, you like to wear wigs over top of your hair, braids, whatever, I always say that Microlocs or cis locks are probably best for you because they're very easy to manipulate into a lot of different styles. Now, don't get me wrong, it's going to take a long time to do your hair. Like the maintenance for cis locks and Microlocs is pretty extensive because you'll have people walking around with almost 300 locks in their hair, which is crazy. So that part of it, it does take time. You do need to know that if you go with cis locks and Microlocs, you need time in your life. That's time that I don't have. But yeah, they are a lot easier to style. Like the styles that I see with cis locks, honestly, you can cornrow them. You can hide them underneath different wigs and things. Like, it's just a really nice set of locks for those who like to switch it up easily. Now, if you know that you do not have that much time, if your hands are full, honestly, and you just don't have time to touch your hair at all, maybe freeform locks are best for you. I honestly think freeform locks are great for mothers, people who just have a lot going on in their life. Because to be honest, even the time that I take out to do my own hair, it's stolen time. Like, I gotta wake up super early in the morning just to do my hair. So it honestly would be pretty convenient for me to have freeform locks. But I also think that if your aesthetic is very much like you take a lot of pictures, you're very into media, you're very into like just an earthy type of vibe and an earthy aesthetic overall, Freeform locks are gonna be perfect for you. They're low maintenance. Obviously, they take no time to do. Yes, you do have to moisturize your hair, care for your hair. It's not like the neglectful set of locks, but in terms of like maintenance, styling it, it's just non-existent. Honestly, people who have Freeform locks, I rarely see them style their hair. If it's just me, like it may just because they're not really into that, but I don't see it too often. The next set of locks, Wicks. Wicks, if you don't know what they are kind of like traditional locks, but really, really big traditional locks. So people will oftentimes grow out their traditional locks, and then take a few of them and bind them together, and they'll have like less than 20 locks in their head, depending on how much hair you have. Some people even have less than that. So Wicks are still very like manicured, if that makes sense. Like people with Wicks, your hair is still split and parted and that type of thing. It's not really like Freeform locks where it's like you kind of let your hair do whatever it wants. You kind of make your hair into these big locks. It's very edgy. I'm so into it, to be honest. I think it's so cute, and it's just a new take on locks. And yeah, I think it's really nice. I don't think that if you have scalp issues that you should have Wicks though, so keep that in mind when you're choosing the type of lock style that you want. I feel like it'll be a lot more difficult to hide if you have balding when you have Wicks in your hair, because you don't have that many locks, you know, like there's gonna be a lot of scalp exposed. So definitely keep that in mind. So just to wrap up everything overall, cis locks, great for versatility. It is not a cheap style though, okay? Especially if you don't know how to do your hair yourself, you're gonna have to pay somebody. So you don't need some money to get some cis locks. But cis locks are great for versatility. Traditional locks are great for saving on time, and they're really easy to make them look like, you know, a more professional style of hair. Freeform locks, really great for carefree living, saves you on time, saves you on money. You really don't need much besides oil and water. And then Wicks are like the edgy, very much for the aesthetic, still cultivated locks, but a little bit more edgy than traditional locks. And those are pretty much the main ones that I would say you can consider getting. Of course, you have like categories inside of those. Like some people do semi-freeform, some people do thick locks, not so thick locks. So, you know, but overall, those are kind of like the ones that you can think about before you go ahead and start into your lock journey. Let me know in the comments below what type of locks you have, and honestly what inspired that, because mine was just pretty much the time and the money. But eventually maybe I'll go towards the Freeform, hopefully. Thank you guys so much for joining me for another video. I appreciate your constant support, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.